Yeah, so today I'm here with my elder brother Reggie, and he's helping me cultivate, and I'm learning about evolution, trying to present the information a little better and a little more detail. So one thing that we're sensitive about as it relates to evolution is race. So I figured that I would show the people something simplistic, such as the bones of dinosaurs. So for instance, if you look right here, a question should be posed. Were dinosaurs warm-blooded? This question should be posed. Now, a lot of brothers within the community are scientifically illiterate. So if you were to ask them, were dinosaurs warm-blooded, they wouldn't be able to answer that question for you. They would say, this is an invention of the white man, as if this entire reality was fabricated. Now, you have another question that should be posed. And do these dinosaur eggs look real? This is the other thing that we should be asking ourselves. Do these dinosaur eggs actually look real? Are they something that actually occurred in history, or did the white man fabricate this reality? Within museums, you can actually go and look at the evolutionary process. Go and see how we evolved from one species to the next. So you can actually go and examine the specimen up close and personal, as opposed to reading about the specimen from a book and judging whether it's a reality or not. If you haven't been witness to the reality, how can you say whether it's falsehood or actually reality? So I think it's essential for our community to enhance its scientific literacy by actually going to the museums and observing the specimens like real scientists do, like real researchers do. I'm humble enough to come under the tutelage of a brother who knows more than me and really do the research thoroughly. So when we look at this, we can see the transition of birds from ornithopods and reptiles to actual birds. So there's just so many things that evolution is composed of, yet the people don't understand this. And since everyone is super touchy about race, I'll do a presentation and I'll make it very clear that we are creatures that evolved without touching the topic of race, because people are very, very, very sensitive as it relates to that. Now, if it ever comes up, of course I'll address it, but the one thing that us as black people have to address is the topic of evolution. Scientific literacy is what's holding the community back. So for instance, when we go to war, you have white people making chemical bombs. But why is it that when black people go to war, or when black people are rioting, we're doing things like throwing rocks? People will go as far as to tell you that this right here is the invention of the white man, as if the white man fabricated the reality. This right here is basically one big ass dinosaur. So now,
a carnivore, most likely part of the Rex family, most likely to sign a Tyrannosaurus Rex. And the issue again was, is this real, or did
the white man invent it? Because if we really believe that the white man invented this humongous thing, then I have to pose the question to you: is the white man your God? Is the white man the creator of all things? Because why is it that when something great, when something so magnificent appears before you, the first thing that you can accredit it to is the white man? I think that's a byproduct of people's indoctrination, because the first conclusion you can draw from seeing something so great and so magnificent is that white people created it.
Or it's a figment of their imagination and it's not real. So when we want to discuss evolution, we want to look at the different races of other species. In this case, we're looking at the dinosaur world, right? And so we're looking at the long necks right here. Now, there are Hebrews and Christians that will say that this does not exist, but it's found in the ground, right? So I'm going the whole, from the tail to the end, Brother Marcus, right?
Yeah. Honestly, when people draw that assumption, the question that I have to pose to them is, what is the motive? What is the motive to create dinosaurs in order to convince people of their existence? What do scientists aim out of creating dinosaurs to a lot of people? I honestly don't know, so I would love for a reason to be provided. Of course, I'm studying the field in particular that I was thorough in as it relates to evolution was human beings, but Dr. Reggie is definitely schooling me on how the evolution of other animals work, how they evolve, the transition from one species to the next, and how it happens. So I'm in the museum in real time observing the actual evolutions as it took place.
So here we have physical proof, Brother Marcus, whether or not people want to believe it or not, right? These are artifacts. See, the difference between religious books, now I'm going to turn the camera over here and let people see the whole space, right, of this particular exhibit. The difference is that this is attested. These are actually artifacts. These are not words in a book, right? So how come these artifacts are not described in the books that people call holy books? That becomes religion, right? So that means that why would the holy books leave out this part, and why are people so against evolution, though there are artifacts that show that evolution existed and that this particular species died out? So these are some of the questions. We're just posing questions and letting our audience see a museum for the first time, because guess what? We're in these books doing chapter verse, right? But we're in version, chapter, verse, but we're not in the museums looking at artifacts. So let's go look at a few more dinosaurs, because the dinosaurs occurred before man. Some people believe, Marcus, that man was on the planet with dinosaurs. You know, there's some scholars that believe that man walked the planet with dinosaurs. But that's absolutely incorrect. Or not these species of dinosaurs. Now, alligators and crocodiles and chickens
eat a lot of chicken.
Right, or birds or versions of dinosaurs. So we live amongst those, but we didn't live among these. So some people say we were here 6 trillion billion years. 6 trillion years, right? Some people say that, but these animals weren't here 6 trillion years.
That's pseudo, right?
So let's walk around and let's look at a few more other pieces, all right?
Copy.